Good evening, friends. Welcome to the BISP Solutions. This is Raj Bhatt, and today we will be covering the new ticket that is change product category that is 110, 120, and 130. So far we have just covered three tickets, which was very much essential to cover, and without doing that ticket, you couldn't able to manage the different functions of the instance. So first ticket that we have covered, that was add new cache accounts into the instance. So in this tickets we have learned that how we can add a new cache accounts into the instance through different kind of methods, whether it is a dimension editor method or a classical editor method. In the second ticket we have followed that how to create the EPM automate file to load new cache accounts. So here we have just learned the rule of automation, where uh, we were not supposed to uh, do the do the different functions manually, or even we can also do it from the automatic style. So we here the fosters the automation to load the metadata into the instance. So this is very much crucial as well as important uh, function, as well as, if I would say, it is the method to load the different accounts member. After that, in the last class we have thrown some light upon the creating data integration rule to load new cache accounts. So now we will cover the new thing, that is changing the product category, as well as we will also cover some new tickets form of we will also cover some brief about some reclassifying the product as an active and inactive thing. So again we will use the paint. So you can see this is our tickets notes, whatever we have just covered so far. So you can see we have discussed many things: planning as with property, dimension type, different account types. In the tickets we have covered loading metadata. We have just kept as well as put the script on the paint, that what are the steps as well as script you have to keep while loading the metadata. So this is all the steps are already inbuilt on the paint, which has to be followed by the professionals as well as the newcomers who wants to learn the instance. So now we will cover the new thing today, that is changing the product category. So changing the product category and reclassifying products as an active or inactive in Oracle PBCS, that is Planning and Budgeting Cloud Service, primarily involves managing the product dimension or equivalent custom dimension in your application metadata. Since PBCS is a planning application, the classification and the activation status are generally managed through changing members properties, attributes for the product category, and different things like it is using members or the smart list for the active or inactive status. We take the help of different functions in the instance, and we also follow the data management, or you can say EPM automate, or the groovy scripting, even the business rule for large scale or automated updates. So here is a step by step guide on how to approach these changes. So first we will look a light as well as first we will look the features of changing product category steps. We will also follow the how we can change the steps. So the product category is typically defined as an ancestor member in the product dimension hierarchy, or as a member property attribute associated with the product member. So now here we will understand the thing, that how we can change the product. Now we can understand that what are the steps to be followed. So under this Under this we will look on changing parent member. So what we are supposed to do here, we will reclassifying by changing parent member. So here we are reclassifying by changing parent member. So these are all the things we will follow here. Very important part, we cannot neglect it. So now we will discuss its steps to be covered. We will discuss the steps to be covered. So step first we will do here. That is, if your product category is represented by a parent member in the dimension hierarchy, so you must move the product member under the different parent. So what you have to do, you have to follow the certain steps. So in the first thing, you will access the dimensions. So how you will access the dimension? So under access the dimension, you have to follow the certain steps. These are the sub steps that through which you will go to the dimension, and you will see that what are the options are available under the product, even how we can change it wisely. So first, navigate to application. First navigate to the application, then go to overview, after that you're supposed to click the dimensions. So firstly you will navigate to the application, and then you will click the overview site, and then you will go to the dimension, select the option dimension. Very important this is. So here you can select the option dimension, and here you have to go to the overview. So this is how you will navigate as well as access to the dimension. Now the another thing that you have to follow, it is step 2. Step 2 is select the product dimension. You're supposed to select the product dimension. So under the product dimension, you will see that different dimensions, attributes, as well as different products would be available, and even different members of the product dimension would be there. So click on the name of your product dimension, or rather I would say the custom dimension used for the products. So this is very important steps. Don't forget to complete this process or this step. So after this we will jump into the different uh, different product as well as different process. So different process would include, that is step third, that is edit member, edit edit member. So locate the specific product member you want to reclassify. So what you have to do under the edit member, you will just locate it, the specific product member that you want to reclassify under the product dimension. Then another thing, you will just change the parent in the step 4. In the step 4, you will change the parent. In the step 4, you will change the parent. So here you will change the parent, you will just modify the parent property of the product member to the new category member. After that, the last step is very much easy. You are only supposed to click on the save as well as the refresh option. So under the changing parent, you will just modify, you will just you will upgrade the parent property of the product member to the new category member. That's how this process would be completed. And at the last, you have to click on the save option, because if you will not click on the save or the refresh options, so whatever the changes you have made so far, it will not be visible on the instance. So that's why you are bound to click on the refresh or the save option. So here you can find out the steps. Even I can also write it. That is step 5. Whatever the steps I'm telling you, if you will follow these all steps, so absolutely you will easily available or able to change the product category uh, within a fraction of second. A couple of mouse clicks you have to do on it, even some tappings you have to do under the instance, and after some fractions of second, it would be changed. It would be visible that whatever the changes is coming through the different ERP source, so it is totally visible in your instance, that is Oracle PBCS instance. That's how you will see, as well as you will change the category of 110, 120 and 130. So it is a little bit technical part, but if you will do the practice, so absolutely it would be easy for you to come up, as well as to have a hands-on your practice on your mastery. So the last is save or refresh the things. So as I have already mentioned you, that save your changes, so you may need to refresh database. So how you will refresh the database, everyone know it, but I will just give you the process of it. It would be easy for you to make the notes, as well as a bit easier for you while operating the functions of the instance. So what you are supposed to do, you have to first uh, click on the administration. After that, go to the application, and then we'll click on the overview. You will click on the overview, and then you will see the option actions, and you have to click on it. After that, you will just refresh the database. You will just refresh database. So this is the simple process of saving or refreshing the database of the instance. Without refreshing the database, or without saving the things, it wouldn't be applicable on the instance, because instance needs to be modified in the internal SBase properties or the SBase engine. So if you will not change if you will not click on the option of refreshing the database, so absolutely whatever the changes you have made so far, it will not be visible on the instance. So without changing, or without clicking on the refresh database, you will not able to see the changes under the application. So this is how the steps are followed. So I have also told you that some lights we need to throw on reclassifying by changing a member attribute. So if your product category is managed via an attribute dimension, like example, category type is an attribute of the product dimension member, so you change the attribute value. So how will you do it? That is part B of it. So again you have to follow the similar steps, only some minute changes would be there that you have to take into the consideration. By the way, all the process you have to, whatever the process I have just told you, you have to follow the same things ahead. So you have to access the dimension that I have already told you earlier. This is the step. You will just access the dimension here, and how you will access this, you will just navigate to the application, then you will go to the overview, and then you will select the option dimension. After uh, getting into the dimension, you will select the product dimension, and then you will edit it. The main thing that has been changed, that is here. So after edit the dimension or the members properties, you will update the attributes. So here the things is widely changed, that is in the next process you will, in the step 4 I would say. So here you will update the attribute, you will update the attribute. So here you will update the attribute, you will change the value for the specific attribute dimension that represents the product category. For example, like change the category type value from electronics to appliances. So these are the minute changes you will do on the instance, and you will see its impact, that it will also impact the total product of your organization, that whatever the product that you have entered from the ERP sources in the instance, so it would be totally impacted. So that's how these all the things have to be followed, and uh, have to be taken into the consideration. So having a without having an eagle eye on these all stuffs, so it would be very difficult for the professionals to have and and uh, very much very much smooth work. So without having these things, so without having these points in mind, you cannot manage the software, you cannot manage the instance. Only this thing would be changed and reclassifying by changing a member attribute. So as attribute as concerned, so you will see here, you will just update the attributes. The step 4 would be changed only. No need to focus, or no need to change the rest of the steps. Then if I talk about the reclassifying product as an active or inactive, that we have discussed, even we have to discuss. So I have told you that I will throw some light on it. By the way, I will do all these things properly tomorrow. In the tomorrow session, we will solve these tickets. So I can give you the glimpse about it, so that you will have a little bit of knowledge about it. So the active as well as the inactive status is usually managed by a member property like a customer attribute, a smart list, or sometimes by moving the member within the dimension structure using a smart list or the attribute is generally the most flexible approach. So here we'll follow some of the steps that is really a common steps, that is using a smart list or the attribute recommended. Even in the party we will do these all things. So under this we will define the status property, we will assign the property to the products, as well as we will implement the logic and formulas. So here we will uh, only just make the rules about it. In the part B we will use the using the dimension hierarchy. So we will here the two parents members under the top level product member. Even we will deactivate a product. That's how we will deactivate it. We will deactivate by moving the member from active products to the parent, as well as an inactive products parent to C in section 1A. So this is how these functions will be performed, but we will see its deeper sides in tomorrow's sessions, because we will define its steps, and we will see that how the steps are performed and how it will impact the instance when we will do the each of the process under the application. So thanks for watching the sessions, and I hope you have just enjoyed this session. And if any questions would be there, you can ask me without any hesitation on the comments. Thank you.